Hey guys, I want to share with you my experience on dealing with students who express behavior that can be indicative of a psychiatric related problem or a substance abuse problem. I don't have a lot of experience with the substance abuse. I often worked with primary students, and it's just not something that we often dealt with. At one point, I was working in a junior high, and this is as far as I could correlate this. There was a student who was caught with drugs, and he was classified under OHI. I believe it was ADD, and we had to do a manifestation determination for him. He did express a lot of problematic behaviors in class, but it was determined that his disability did not influence the behavior. And he did receive I believe, a off-campus suspension because it was his first offense. That's as far as I have ever dealt with substance issues or abuse, anything of that nature pertaining to a student. For psychiatric related problems, I've unfortunately seen a lot of depression and anxiety. A lot of anxiety is related to parent pressure, which is kind of sad at such a young age, but I've seen that. And in one case, I dealt with a student who had an eating disorder. She was under a 504 because she was missing a lot of school. A very smart girl, actually, but was missing a lot of school because of her hospitalizations. She was anorexic and bulimic. And I remember her having a 4-day class schedule because the eating disorder was causing a lot of anxiety as well. So she'd come to school for four classes and leave. And I remember it was actually causing a lot of digestive issues for her as well. So all that correlated was just really tough for her. And she would leave school and go to her counseling. That's one example. I had another situation where there was a younger girl. I believe she was in second grade. And she had a lot of difficulties at home. Her mother had passed from substance abuse. Her dad was a single dad, struggling financially. And this girl, being very smart, above average intelligence, had a lot of behavior issues in the class. And she would partake in aggression, and this is a general education class, so it's a little bit a harder situation, but of a lot of things that would put her classmates in danger. Be throwing things. She attempted to move desk. Obviously, she was too small to do so, but a lot of inappropriate verbiage throughout the day, aggression, that kind of behavior. And so we began evaluation on her. But I remember we didn't get to finish because as we were doing this, her dad decided to pull her out of school and transition her to a different educational setting where they were going to deal with more of her psychiatric issues. I wish I could remember, and I looked through my file on exactly where she was going to be transitioned to, or her change of placement was going to be, but I don't. But I remember her case was a very interesting case. She was a very high maintenance case. And just because she had a lot of components to her. And yeah, that's my case. That's my experience with it. And I'm pretty sure I will gain a lot more as I start teaching. Thanks, guys.